NDTV Good Times.
All the world's a stage. It is such a well-recognized phrase, and it is also the beginning of the very well-known monologue from Shakespeare's As You Like It, which compares, of course, the world to the stage and a man's life to the various parts in a play. But it also illustrates very descriptively the 7 stages in a man's life, from infancy to death. Ritam Banerjee, who is a photographer by profession, inspired by Shakespeare and by his own lucky number 7, decided to transform and photograph Barry John, a man of the theatre, so an appropriate choice, in the 7 ages of man.
For some reason I have a fascination for 7 wonders, the 7 beautiful colors of the rainbow, the 7 seas, the 7 sisters, the 7 notes of Western classical or Hindustani classical or any classical music, the 7 days of the week. There's so much to 7, the 7th heaven, and so there are so many 7 things in this world.
What is your aim with this project, your goal? Is it something that you're doing entirely for yourself, or do you have something to say to your viewers?
It was translating a long cherished dream into reality, and in the process connect to people in a way whereby they can relate to a stage in their life through the pictures. The first stage had a special wig, which was soft hair like an infant, with freckles and stuff on his cheeks and everything.
Tell me about the makeup. Just how extensive was it?
It was quite extensive.
Right.
Because to transform a 63-year-old man
into an infant,
into a 1 month or a few days old infant was a task in itself.
Right.
And the makeup artists Joseph and Jeetu did a brilliant job at that. One thing that I was concerned about as far as prosthetic makeup was concerned, because I was doing it for the first time in my life.
Right.
I did not want Barry John's features to change.
Absolutely.
My makeup artist pointed out to me something which is again very common.
Yeah.
Is the eyes have it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Ruskin Vaughan's eyes have it.
Yeah.
So he said, Ritam, if the eyes are not changing, everything else remains the same. You guys are perfect. So before you proceed, let's just see you do one. Thanks.
So in terms of what you had visualized, what had you visualized rather for, say, the color scheme, the lighting, the detailing? What did you visualize?
The way I like to work is I do my homework well. And every visual was designed, sketched with visual references to the T. Every lighting also was different, and each lighting had a meaning to itself as well.
Okay.
Like when you talk of the infant, you know, the infant is very petite, very soft, very feeble, you know, and so I wanted to play with a very soft light, a shadowless,
rounded features.
Yeah, features, and I kept it very, very soft by adding layers of diffusers to the light, so that it did not jar at all, and kept it as plain as possible. Ready, guys? Can we take a shot? Try continues. Perfect, 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 perfect. Yeah, got it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Chalo, first shot is done.
Well, the baby perhaps was the simplest, because all I had to do was curl up in a ball and be asleep. I mean, sleep is mostly what babies are famous for, when they're not crying, that is.
a stage that was the schoolboy stage, where we had a problem with the hair on his legs. Okay, and we couldn't shave his hair. So Jeetu suggested, Ritam, बड़ा मोजा लेके आ, shorts.
वो ऊपर में ये ब्लैक बोर्ड को ऊपर होता था, हाँ ट्यूबलाइट होता था अपना, यस. तो वो अगर एक स्ट्रिप मार के उसको काट दे कटर से तो फील आएगा. वेरी गुड, कर देते हैं.
As far as I recall, during my school days, there used to be tube lights.
Right.
So I created a light on top of the blackboard to give the feel of a tube light thing. And that light was also used to enhance what was on the blackboard, which was the thought bubble which was drawn of the schoolboy. And his expressions did the rest.
I found all my own feelings about school coming to the surface, and ultimately it wasn't that difficult just to look sort of bored and fed up with school routine.
Okay, ready, question?
Darling, this is outstanding, lovely.
So can you chew the tie or something? Lovely.
Since my profession, my passion was translating negatives into positives, why not translate all the situations and circumstances which are negative in terms of their face value, you know, into positive, and that's how I go about doing things. Then the lover. Lover is petite, and that is the stage where you think and everything is in pink. And so Barry John was all in pink. From top to bottom, his shoes were in pink as well. Lava was flat lighting, and it was hard because I was going to depict him falling in love. So it was like from...
Falling
like,
literally?
Literally falling.
Okay.
He's literally falling into nothingness.
Go for it.
But the fact is, I was reclining on about half a buttock, having to have my legs and arms up in the air. But that was quite painful to do, frankly, for an old man like me.
Go for it.
Then came the soldier stage, which is the angry young man stage. That symbolizes passion, anger, and the likes, you know. So I thought red would suit the bill there. Dramatic in terms of lighting, a hard light with cut lights, and all of them defining his features, his jawline, and everything else.
It was literally muck and mud and blood that was spattered all over me and the costume. That was the most fun to do, perhaps, because it allowed me a lot of freedom of expression and movement.
Yeah, go for it. Hath upar aur upar sir. Little higher. And lovely. Up. Go for it. Go. Forward. I think we got the shot.
But do you relate personally to these stages?
Yes, I am still in the soldier stage. I have yet to reach a successful stage, and that's the stage which will come in a while from now.